Hello. I'm here in the city today with my good friend Angus, who's holding the camera. And we're just going to go around, take some photos. Angus is going to teach me how to do some street photography, and we're going to just talk about life in the meantime. So I'm going to take the camera off of him so that you guys can see his beautiful mug that is hidden behind a bloody mask. Let's get started, Angus.
Yeah, so I just put on my Osmo bra.
Yeah.
Film some POV shots.
Yeah, perfect. I love POV. That's my favourite genre.
Let's go.
Okay, so Angus is gonna take some photos. You lead the way, Angus, and I'll lead the conversation. How's that sound?
Yeah, all good. Let's check if the mics are rolling. So just up here, both of them should be.
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
So you guys can have a shot of us walking around the city. So I've got a little list of things that I wanted to talk about, Angus. First one is, just an introduction. You're Angus. How do we know each other, Angus? We know each other from high school, right?
From high school, back in 7E.
Back in 7E. We've known each other since year 7.
Yeah. Back when Justin was a wee lad.
Yeah. Back when I was small.
We should just continue going down that way.
Yeah, sounds good, dude.
A bit more quiet. Or maybe down this street, because this street I guess is quiet.
Yeah, let's walk down this street. So this is a pretty unfamiliar area of the CBD. I don't tend to hang out here. I hang out in Haymarket a lot more.
Yeah.
But you said you come here to take photos sometimes, right?
Yeah, a lot, actually. So I know the places.
You know the places, you know what's to go. Would you say, I know already, but it seems like photography is one of your passions, right?
Yeah.
How long has that been a passion of yours?
Okay, so I think I started to take it seriously ever since after I went to Japan.
Yeah.
When I bought my first camera.
Yeah.
There was a bit of phone photography that I did before that.
Yeah.
But it kind of escalated pretty much.
Yeah.
After I went to Japan and bought a camera, I was like, this is great.
This is great. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And to be honest, photography kind of just changed my life.
Really?
Yeah, it changed the way I look at things, and I just got into a lot of video stuff after that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was something definitely changed my life. Just
what do you mean by it's changed the way you look at things? Do you have an example of what you mean by that?
Basically, any photographer would know, right?
Yeah.
Anything that looks nice, you stand and stare at it, and you think, I can take a photo of that. Things that people will just walk past. Photographers will stand and look at it and just marvel over how nice it looks or how the lighting is hitting it.
Yeah. So it's kind of it gives you lets you slow down a little bit, lets you appreciate, the beautiful things in life a little bit more.
Yeah, and just gives you a new perspective on things.
Yeah.
Just when you go into the city, how often do you look up at the buildings like that?
Very rarely, but you know what? That was a piece of advice you gave me already.
Yeah.
Which is look up.
Look up.
And often you'll find some good shots. So you're taking some photos right now.
Yeah.
You've been to Melbourne before, right?
I've never been to Melbourne.
You've never been to Melbourne,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the question I was going to ask you was, do you prefer the buildings in Melbourne or Sydney? Obviously, you can't answer that, but
cross that one off the list.
Yeah.
Let's cross.
But I feel Sydney, Melbourne is very nice. It's very organised and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel there is a lot of character to Sydney because of how disorganised it is, right? You see all of these roads, they're super curved and you don't know where you're going half the time. Whereas the Melbourne CBD, it's a perfect grid.
Oh, is it?
It's a perfect grid. So it's very interesting in its own way.
Is that why they have those those hook turns? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know if the grid is the reason why.
Yeah, those look super confusing.
Yeah. I think they're pretty efficient though. I've been there a few times now, and the more I see it, the more I think, what, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, would you say photography is your biggest passion? Because to me, Angus, you're a very creative guy, right? Back in high school, you would always draw. You would always. That was mainly it. But you're very creative. So now you've got photography, you've got videography. Am I missing anything?
Art, yeah, drawing. I do like drawing.
Yeah.
I feel like out of those three that you mentioned, photography would be like my least favorite though, to be honest.
Really?
I enjoy like filmmaking more than I do like taking photos.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it
And-
also depends on the type of photography. I like doing like street photos. Taking
Yeah.
street photos of people.
So in particular, you really like street photos. What do you like landscape photos?
It depends. Like I like taking photos of clouds.
Or flowers?
Clouds.
Or clouds?
Yeah. Every time there's like a nice sunset,
Yeah.
you will see me there staring at the clouds.
Yes. Love that.
At the sun.
Yeah. You shouldn't stare at the sun though. It's bad for your eyes.
Oh, but like when the sun is setting,
I'm
it's
joking.
nice, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Can't help it.
Yeah. But oh, this is where Cuba is.
What about drawing?
Drawing's like something I recently got back into.
Yeah.
Pretty much after I did my ACL, I bought an iPad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it was one of like my biggest regrets.
Yeah.
Was that I kind of gave up on art after high school.
Yeah.
And then so after I injured my leg and I was at home, I couldn't go out and take photos. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna
Make the best of a bad situation, right?
pretty much gonna revitalize my artwork.
How'd you tear your ACL?
I was playing volleyball.
Yeah. It was your first volleyball session, right?
It wasn't even like a proper game. It was just like training, man.
Yeah. Training.
Yeah, I was playing for a good 2 hours.
Yeah.
I was just at the back, kind of just receiving sets,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then one of my mates, he was like, "Oh, come to the front. I'll teach you how to spike."
Yeah.
And then
And
I jumped up, did a mad spike, by the way.
yeah.
And then I landed and just heard a massive crunch.
Oh,
Yeah.
horrible.
And then it was very painful.
I can imagine. Was that your first injury ever?
No, I injured my ACL before that. So I was playing Oztag.
Yeah.
I injured it from Oztag. I think it was like partially torn.
Yeah. And
And then
this one finished the job.
it finished the job. It was.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was torn at all because after I injured it in Oztag, it was painful for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I could just return to doing everything I did normally.
Yeah.
So I thought nothing was wrong. I was squatting, doing all my legs and stuff like normal. So I was like, there's nothing wrong with my leg. But I never went back to playing sport. So that volleyball session was the first time I went back to playing sport in like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I did it straight away.
This is cool, like orange thing. What do you think it means?
I'm not sure.
With art, I would say you're a pretty creative guy, right? You're a very artsy guy.
Yeah.
Do you like look into meanings of things a lot?
It depends on the piece.
Yeah.
I know like there is like with most artists, color theory is intentional.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people just overanalyze it to the point where like, the person who originally created the art didn't intend for that meaning.
Yeah.
But
Do you
things
think
can be interpreted different ways.
that is true? Yeah.
Alright, Justin, how about you take over and I'll walk you through how to take some photos.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, we'll switch.
Gotta whip out that camera.
Let's whip out that camera.
Well, Yoi, so what are we shooting on today?
We are shooting on a ZV-E10. Angus was kind enough to help me, suss out a camera when I wanted to buy one for Christmas. My little Christmas gift to myself.
Was that when you bought it?
It might have been New Year's, but
Okay.
somewhere around that time, somewhere in the beginning of the year. But to be honest, I haven't used it that much, so I'm very glad that we're doing this today.
Yeah. I'm gonna teach you how to take some photos.
Yeah.
Usually for beginners, like street photography,
Yeah.
one of the harder things to get into.
Yeah.
And at the same time, night photography is also one of the harder things to get into. So today
doing both at once.
we're doing both, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have a great time, Justin.
I do like jumping into the deep end with like a lot of things. I feel like that's a very fast way
Yeah,
to
one of
learn.
the easier ways to learn. It's not the easiest, like learning curve. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
So I was telling you before, one of the main things you want to train as a photographer is your vision.
Yeah.
So I think in this case, with this building here, what you want to do is you want to kind of zoom in with your lens and just try to isolate, because what you have there is a bit too wide.
Yeah.
So zoom in as far as you can and then go vertical. So go portrait.
Portrait.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
And then I zoom out. So I want to isolate like the subject, right? So like, what's the nomenclature for like taking photos?
All right. I suppose we should teach you. Right now, you're just using an automatic, eh?
I'm just using automatic.
Yeah. I guess that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to fiddle with too many settings today.
Yeah. Just use auto for now. But we're just like having a look at the buildings. Like even this building's nice. If you look up,
Yeah.
the light is hitting them quite nicely as well.
Yeah.
What is this building, by the way?
I don't know. Still looks like it's under construction, but
Yeah.
it's fine. So like, when you say train my vision, right? Like,
Yes.
what do you mean?
So you want to try to look for interesting subjects,
Yeah.
interesting compositions.
Interesting subject right here. Okay, so like I'm walking down the street, just things that catch my interest, right?
Yeah.
Things that catch my eye.
At the end of the day, that's what photography is. You just take whatever you think is interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all purely subjective anyway.
Yeah.
You know, something you take that could look super interesting.
Yeah.
It's not that interesting to other people, right?
Yeah.
There are like some photos that are posted on Instagram where like, I think, oh, this is such a sick photo. It's like best one I've taken.
Gonna get a billion likes.
Yeah, and like I post it and like it gets like 10 likes.
Yeah.
Whereas I take a photo of some random ass like window with like just a weird reflection,
Yeah.
and it just blows up. I'm like, bro, this wasn't even a good photo. I don't understand why people see in it. So
I guess you can't
like,
really tell what
we're talking
resonates
about
with people.
Yeah, with art, it's just purely subjective.
It's all subjective. Would you say photography, videos, and illustrations are also the type of art that you like to consume? So, because it's what you like to produce, right?
Yeah.
But is that the same? Does it come in the same way?
Yeah, pretty much. So
Yeah.
on like my YouTube and Instagram and stuff, it's just stuff that really inspires me.
Yeah. So I'm just going to take a picture of this like Wilson parking because it caught my eye. So I'm going to zoom into the sign. You know, and just. And I'm recording video for some reason. How good. Okay, well, there we go.
There we go.
Love that.
Goddamn.
Let's keep going.
I just realized the thing about this, because we're recording audio,
Yeah,
you have to have the video running the whole time,
yeah,
which is going to kill the battery real quick.
yeah. That's okay. Then I guess I'm going to move on to my next question. While I'm sussing out like what to take photos of.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself as a person? What kind of person are you?
God damn.
What?
I was not prepared for that kind of question.
Yeah, I mean, we can start off like superficial, like on the surface. What do you think other people think of you? Very creative guy.
Probably. I hope so.
Yeah. Would you say you're a friendly guy?
Yes, I would like to think I'm friendly.
Yeah, I think you're friendly as well. I think you're
Would
friendly
you
as well.
think that I'm unfriendly? Ever?
No, I don't think you're unfriendly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think you would go out of your way to talk to new people. What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. This caught my eye.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can get the full shot. The tree's a little bit in the way, so I'm going to, reposition. I like that. I do like that. What about your values, Angus? What do you think your values are? If you were to say one quality, one value that you like to see in other people, say, would it be like honesty or loyalty or having a lot of money or
Loyalty is a big one for me, I think.
loyalty is a big one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The money part doesn't matter too much. I
Yeah.
think. Just just prioritize your family as well.
Family values.
Family
So
values
you're very
is an important one.
family man. Do you spend a lot of time with your family?
Yes, I do.
It really seems like you're friends with your siblings.
Yeah, I'm always hanging out with my siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm closest to my little brother. We have very similar interests in
Yeah.
most things.
You guys look the same as well. It's very
You
nice.
know
boy.
what happened today?
What happened?
He told me to take his Opal card,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, you can take my student ID as well, because
Yeah.
if they check, they probably won't even know that it's not you."
Yeah.
Like Asian people think
Yeah.
Asian people think we look alike.
Yeah.
What's a white guy gonna?
Yeah. No way.
How's a white guy gonna? Suspect
How are they gonna
anything?
spot it? You can just pull the race card as well afterwards.
Yeah.
They say something.
Yeah. Not that I'd ever be ballsy enough to do so, to be honest.
Yeah. Would you say you're not a very courageous person?
I'm just not very confrontational.
No, not very confrontational.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it.
Yes.
So you don't like confrontation?
I try to just blend in the background if I can, you know?
You like to be inconspicuous? I like that. I do like that.
I'm just walking around trying to find interesting things at the moment.
Yeah.
Which direction are we walking, by the way?
I don't know. It's
I feel like we're walking towards town hall now.
yeah. Okay. Well, let's not walk that way. What do you reckon?
Yeah. I also find it fun just to just kind of walk around. Doesn't matter. Don't really need to.
You don't need a destination. Yeah.
Yeah.
The journey is enough.
Really happy Pride Month.
The destination is not a physical location, much like One Piece.
You see it over there, that's pretty nice there. How the
Yeah.
lights kind of cast it. You can get like a subject walking down.
Okay. Let's do that.